A to Z, he stated that the change is needed to ensure the growth of the creative arts sector. I quote, the ministry is called the Ministry of Arts, Tourism and Culture. Now let it be the Ministry of Creative Arts, Tourism and Culture. Change the focus of the ministry. Let 60% of their energies be focused on the creative arts, unquote. In addition to a change in its focus, Mr. Japong believes that the ministry will need to find a minister who predominantly understands the future because creative arts is in the future. Let's listen to Jesse Japong on how he put it on Showbiz A to Z.
The ministry is called the Ministry of
Tourism, Arts and Culture at the moment.
Now, let it be the Ministry of Creative Arts, Tourism and Culture. Okay. I'm just swapping it for sentimental sake. Change the focus of the ministry. Let 60% of their energies be focused on the creative arts. 2, find a minister who predominantly understands the future, because creative arts is the future.
Exactly.
Tourism is the past that we are carrying forward. Culture is reminding the world of what we used to be and what we are. The future is creative arts. So it is sad. I mean, I understand, said Sadiq, but it is sad to assume that the full ministry's job is to remember the past. And for me, it doesn't make sense. So if you feel like just to satisfy and find a compromise, George, just to ensure that the NDC is fine, NPP is fine, change the focus of the ministry. Let it be the Ministry of Creative Arts, Culture and Tourism. Whatever you want to do to it. Number 3, George, make sure that there are policies in place that facilitate the industry, the current ministry. And number 4, all this list you have here, which is Pan-African writers, national folklore, W.E. Du Bois, Kwame Nkrumah Park, national, all this list you have here, George, give me a big item that focuses on creative arts. So that when you have the ministry's focus on creative arts, you have ministers, then deputy ministers who are focused on the 2. Solid guys who, again, for me, are progressive. I don't want to say young, so I'm beaten. But ministers who are progressive and who are very sharp and very proper.
And they understand the industry.
And then you have the laws backing it. Plus, you have an implementing agency that understands how to build the budget. For me, George, change the existing ministry to focus on creative arts. Don't build a new one. Because if you build a new one, this will happen. The 1 million seed that's being given to tourism, creative arts, and culture, mathematically, they will cut it into 2.
500.
Give you 300,000.
And give them 800.
And give them whatever. If you form a creative arts ministry without adding some layers to it, you would fail.
Clearly.
Let me explain why. You will listen to Socrates. So his name is Socrates.
Right? Socrates.
Say, and I mean the proposal no call ye. May the call in omonya mami. Question is who's supposed to do it for you? Right. Government work is a very complex job. Getting money from government is not easy. The kind of lobbying you must go through, the process for government dealings is not an easy one.
No.
And therefore, if you set up creative arts ministry alone, what are the affiliating agencies, the ministries they must work with, George? 1, they have to go back to the tourism ministry for an affiliation. They have to work with them. Then they need to go and deal with the trade ministry.
Work with all the ministries.
You see, and you see, you make you make the conversation a little bit very complex. So my thinking is this: don't take yourself through the process. Have your creative arts ministry people understand that the government job is not it's not an emotional one.
Hitz FM 103.9.
Okay.
Andy,
yes, sir.
What's the name of the speaker?
Jesse Japong.
Is he an MPP guy?
I don't know.
I suppose he is. Because, Andy, this is the most...
Why must you be a party?
No, he has to be an MP.
Must you be a partisan or a party faithful before you...
I mean, you
make good judgments?
Andy, from the intelligent point of view the guy is coming from.
What's that? Is he our guy?
He be MPP guy.
Right.
MPP guy. Andy, this is the most constructive and the most intelligent submission I have ever heard since this whole creative art argument started. Andy, Ministry of Arts, Tourism and Culture, and tourism is all about come and look at our places. It's all about traveling, experience, fact finding, sightseeing. Andy, since coronavirus came, who has been able to travel? Who has been able to travel to even Dubai? So if the whole economy was depending on tourism, like by now I come there. Like I come there.
Meanwhile, music day.
Where we are still
movies day.
Gee, Andy, the guy has touched my heart. Is it Jesse Japan?
Yeah.
Wow. Andy, this guy be sensible, Papa. If only the ministry will listen, if only government will listen. add the creative to the art, because that is the primary agenda of the ministry. Don't make it Ministry of Tourism, Culture and Art. It can't work. Because culture is here with us. We are already here. If someone in Brazil wants to know about Ghana, he will come. If he doesn't, he won't come. It's not by force. You cannot sell your culture by force. Culture should attract. So you cannot make that a major agenda of the whole ministry. The only one there is the arts. Jesse, hey, Andy, the thing Jesse talking, I did listen to the guy. I don't know, this is my first time hearing him speak. This is my first time hearing this guy speak. So the arts is the primary agenda. But yet now, look at the tourism. They already have a whole authority of for the tourism. Ghana Tourism Authority. We don't even have an authority for creative arts, for music and all the associated sectors. We don't have it. Our own people are calling the Creative Art Council illegal. This and this. Look at what Jesse said. Where was this sense when they were talking all these things, all these negative things about creative art? Where was the sense like Jesse's own? Where were their brains? Their brains. Nobody made such a suggestion before. Such sensible suggestion. Remove add the creative to the arts, then join the tourism and culture, because they are all subordinate. They are all. We can deal with them. These are all our heritage. They are already here. You can't force me to come to your country and come and look at your country. Tourism is not that. Tourism is not 100%. Shouldn't be 100% priority, because even sometimes when you do exchanges, cultural exchanges, it pollutes the people. It destroys the people. That's how come we are here today. We are watching telenovelas from Brazil and Mexico. These are all because of cultural exchange. Yes, cultural exchanges is not that necessary. You don't have to know where I come from, because sometimes we don't even allow people from various cultures to even marry. Even here in Ghana, then you want American to accept you by force, even in your own land. So tourism is not that necessary, Andy.
Yeah.
It is not. I am telling you, tourism is not that necessary. Tourism is an agenda that is not so necessary. Forget about the revenue side. If you are talking about revenue,
so what are you talking about?
Yes, so I'm coming there. If you are talking about revenue because you want to generate revenue, fine. Then it is a business, not an agenda. It is your agenda. Tourism is not a talent. It's not talent. It's business. Culture is not by force. You cannot force the American to learn the British way. You cannot force them. Preserve it yourself. It is your culture. Preserve it. Don't force people to come and buy into your culture, because you can't force the British to eat fufu every day. It's not by force. It is not his culture. So you can't force your culture on people. So culture also becomes a minor agenda.
How come we are eating rice every day?
And so we have allowed ourselves to be polluted by the Chinese. We have allowed the Chinese to pollute us. Yes. Back then, when they say China, it's all about Chinese film. There was nothing. Guy Jesus and his people. And those times when you say Chinese, it's Guy Jesus. It's sad, and it is sad. He has polluted all of us, including me and you. Chinese ambassadors and Chinese government use Guy Jesus to pollute the whole Africa. See, Andy, I just end here by saying that Jesse is my guy. This guy is intelligent. He is my guy. Let's push creative art. Let's speak positive about the agenda. This Saturday, Creative Art Council is launching the sector officially. So everybody should come there. We will go support, whether NDC or MPP. But it's an MPP vision. Thank you.
Where is Sadiq? Where is Sadiq? You see Sadiq? You can't find Sadiq.
They are on a campaign.
Where is Sadiq?
Sadiq, you are demoralized, Amandi. I have demoralized Sadiq.
What? You have demoralized.
Maybe the NDC don't know. I am telling the NDC people that I have demoralized Sadiq and Rex. That's why they can't come on radio. I'm telling you, Andy.
Premier fire. Premier fire.
Anyway, you see, the issue, I think that the ministry and the NDC was creative as something before later
attach the tourism and culture.
They changed it again. Andy, I keep hammering on this show, but we seem to want to jump it. You see, in life there are stages. You can't jump from 1 to 5. If you jump from 1 to 5, don't forget there was 2, 3, there's 4 before you get to 5. And that's what we are trying to do as creative as people. We keep sitting here. You see that some people, they know the real truth, but you have to go and prove to them that this is what I'm talking about.
Yes.
Otherwise, they will pretend that they don't know. That is why I've been echoing that. These people are asking, I mean, the politicians are making it seem like they don't really understand our space. And let's go and sit them down and explain how our industry works.
How it works. We are first, creative arts first. Before
when they get to understand how the industry works, then we can push for any other thing, all other things being equal. But now, you see that for the past 4 years, 4 years in NDC by the last NDC, the erstwhile Mahama administration. You did that and Elizabeth of surgery. And then Jifa Gomas. And then we talk. That I can and Kasa Bibri. And I can to Afikubai. And then Kasa. It's still only action because we are just backing. Yeah, inform me anything. We've not really put something on paper, gone to them and said, this is our plea. This is what we think you should go and tell them so body and say, oh body no no man can research no
research me.
What the mouth? What my research or my research me?
Research me. I think research me no.
2 million Ghana cedis.
Research me.
Omo kan ye ana oman kan. Because I still think politics is blinding us. You know, they are trying to look at things from a certain perspective.
So you are saying that, sir, Andy?
Yes.
It is that 2 million Ghana cedis that was given to Obo was for him to research and do what? Do a feasible.
Yes, it was
feasible.
Research.
That's why I research.
Yes. Now on for reporting so that they will empower the creative arts. Now what report now?
Report minim say koye. Ana minim say report.
But report now there, then we have to lay the blame on Obo. Say bring na Obo na ye. Because if the money,
how do you connect that to the tourism?
We are doing a direct connection because if creative art has been sidelined for tourism and culture, and this was during the NDC where the money was given to Obo. So the sector, the ministry was already created, but they didn't understand how to run it. So they gave Obo 2 million Ghana cedis to go and research on the industry. Or it not be so.
Obo, listen, I think Obo has explained this over and over
because
over.
Because Premier brought it in his submission.
Listen,
so I'm asking,
what was the money handed to him, or he sent a proposal?
Was it a research on musical or on the industry?
He sent a proposal to government. Did you send any proposal?
No, I didn't. I'm saying that what was the research based on? Based on the industry or musical? So that we stop talking about what's
listen, let's write a proposal to government.
Yes.
That Hitz FM. We want an ultra-modern ultra-modern studio.
on behalf of who? On behalf of who?
Yeah.
Hitz FM for
so
that wasn't on behalf of Obo. It was on behalf of the country.
Sure.
The industry. On behalf of Obo. Music achievement.
Music for the day.
Music there.
Now that time, not a champion.
So that's what I'm saying.
You are a musician, but you were not even a member at the time.
The question is that was the money given to Obo to research on musica or the Ghana music industry? So I'll stop talking about it. So that we just squash this.
Okay,
Obo's name.
We'll find out from
We can't find it now.
Let's do
and so,
let's do with it.
And so now the whole thing is, until we make them really understand the nitty-gritty of this job, they will look at it from how I can see football a football of when say now football ya papa no mama fufu nti enkofo bi ntimi amobo this open school ababo fufu ma papa ama enkofo carry am break card them Andy. That is how they are looking at our industry. Until we prove that it can bring money, and this is how much revenue it can bring, and this is how you can tax us.
That's where I'm also saying that they know, because if they didn't know, then this government wouldn't have given about 2 million Ghana cedis. Who say there is a potential, but make us understand how to tap.
If they know,
yes,
then we have proven to them that we don't know, because
the report wasn't sent. Is that what you are saying?
I don't know. No, I'm trying to make a point that we have proven to government that because if we prove to them say you see that when you are trying to play on somebody's intelligence, say your approach is different.
Yes,
but
what's our agenda?
Exactly. And so we are assuming they know.
Yes.
What if they know, but they know we don't know what, we don't know how powerful.
We don't know that they know.
We don't know that they know.
Yes.
And so at the end of the day, you have to go and prove that this thing that you are saying you don't know, this is it.
Yes.
So know it. And when you prove that to them, on Timinka say at the end on him, because you've given him everything to prove, say,
Yes.
this is how we operate.
This is it, yes.
Until we do these things, we will sit and have you ever heard tourism people talking?
Because they are sorted.
Of course.
They are sorted.
If they didn't talk and they've been
That is
sorted,
even
it
the
means
more
we are talking more.
Yeah,
What
and
makes
doing
you- what makes
less.
you
that's
think-
even the more reason why we should be angry.
The money radio.
Why should they be sorted and even have an
tourism people
authority?
don't have a media
And we don't even-
opportunity like we have to come and
Anything
sit
that
and
we are
talk.
talking now, so let's keep talking. Because Andy, why should tourism and culture be sorted?
Because they
And
didn't
we are
talk,
here.
they put things in documents and then went and made sure that they pushed
Let
for
me
it.
refer you to a statement that was made by a senior minister. He said, listen carefully, so that you know that there is a deliberate. Thank you very much.
Okay.
And then we just saw higher.
No, say
I was just going into it and instead of Safumafo. He said $90 million has been invested into tourism sector in inception of the ministry. Andy, 90 million. Let's go back and find out when was the tourism ministry or sector established. $90 million, and the arts, not even 3 million US has been invested into the arts. And you think it is something that we should be begging them to understand?
We will
Look,
sit and talk
this
on
is
radio.
a painful thing they've done to us. Make me say couple of baby and baby down. I blame it on government.
So are you not
Yes.
sure government knows that some places the road is bad? You can demonstrate. They don't care. They will only sit there unless you use the right channel.
Yes.
We will sit on radio and talk and
Is
talk.
this
and
not
talk.
the right
Is
channel?
it-
And where again should we speak about on radio?
Well, when you say they don't care, I mean,
Andy,
could it be that they are
This is
pushing,
oversight.
but cash no
Omo
dey
your
come?
money. Omo your money.
Could it be that then they try you, but cash no they come?
Andy,
How
$90
about
million to tourism sector alone. Then pan here. You see different tourism ministry. And as I say, cast my home. I want to know what was done. Since inception, $90 million US have been here, and we are here. We don't even have $2 million for creative arts people.
that's what I'm saying.
What all these arts people who died, all did them who died begging. No, I'm coming.
Government is able to
We have
tax
always
tourism
argued-
people.
I'm coming.
Wait, government is able to tax
Are we
tourism
saying government
people.
shouldn't tax
Oh,
us?
so
Why did government create
yes.
ministry without taxing us? Why did he create ministry of arts without knowing that he has to tax us?
Okay, hold on.
Why should government do
Now
that?
you are opening another chapter.
So let's open. This is a social issue. Let's open.
You just came, you see make DJ Black no start cry.
With a bad DJ Black.
You people they tax you. You go they cry to a great woman and say make you go talk to the
Andy.
tax.
Andy, let's continue this.
Let's make
Let's
a punch
continue this
through for
tomorrow.
them.
This has to continue tomorrow. We
When-
didn't say they
when-
shouldn't tax us.
No, please.
We didn't say.
Please. When they tax,
who said
when
we
they
don't
said,
pay tax?
when they said they were tax,
Everybody was. Hey,
yes, when they said they were taxing you
there was
people,
a whole brouhaha.
Andy,
people were not happy. Me, for instance, I always pay my tax. Do you know why? Because you go play for an event. By the time the check comes, okay,
They've deducted it.
so let's say, Charlie,
Andy, they
I'm
take
charging
tax
you.
from events.
Hold on, so
We
the,
told
yes,
you
tax.
We
Yes.
told you
yes,
tax.
no, even me, no.
Yes.
But what once you're
salary
a,
comes with
once you're a
deduction.
performer,
Yes.
there's a deduction.
Yes.
So I charge you, let's say 10,000 Ghana. It comes no, that thing be 8,900 or 9,001. Why? What happened?
Withholding tax.
Withholding tax. Then here. Obey
yeah, shit.
your salary comes, yati.
So it means that government didn't do due research into the sector before establishing the sector.
Mama, President Kopacha, okay, Kumate went to speak, to plead on your
I
behalf.
don't blame I blame all these creative people who speaks out of nonsense. Look at the way they were insulting Okuku left and right, as if he's championing a loose agenda. Yes. And I'm you know 90 million. They do
We are done. We are done. Thank you very much for listening, folks. Special thanks to Vodafone, Tri-State Roofing Company Limited, and like Premier Conf. Thanks to Franco Trade.
This is Hitz.